Hello, Fifi here. Hope you're good. It's here. We've got the evidence. Spring has arrived. Hallelujah. After what feels like a very, very long winter here. Yes, it's felt like a very long and bleak winter, and the last few days, thank God, it felt that shift. The air just sort of warms up. Even when it's still cold, there's just like this undercurrent of faint warmth, and it's the herald of the spring. So you're enjoying it, aren't you? Yeah. Yes, it's spring. Hurrah. Hope you're all good. I read something that tickled me this morning. Apparently in Norway, I think it was Norway, it's a common response to the question, how are you, is up and not crying. Which I thought, yes, that sort of sounds about right, doesn't it? These days. But really, we should be expecting a bit more out of life than just being up and not crying. As that's the signifier of a successful day. Just enjoying a bit of nature this morning, which is just like a detoxifier for the mind, body and soul, I think. And if there's anything that all of us need to be doing right now, it's detoxifying. I mean, we're not just talking about the EMF radiation everywhere, the poisons being sprayed in our skies, which ends up in our food and water supply, which also has all kinds of horrendous chemicals needlessly added. The things being injected under the guise of so-called health, all of these things that are actually designed to, if not kill us immediately, to do it over a period of time that sees us just becoming sicker and sicker and sicker. It's in literally everything. It's in everything you care to think of, really. From the shampoo you put on your head, if you don't purposely avoid those things, it's all about detoxifying from a very toxic. Well, we're living in a completely toxic world. It's toxic for our minds, bodies and spirits. And if we don't toxify, we know what happens. It just builds up and up until we get very sick or worse. And it's the same with the systems that we're living within. The educational system, the financial system, the social systems, organised religion, again, you name it. Everything is designed or has become inverted to the point where it's just toxic to our very beings, toxic to our cores, it's poison to our souls. And that's why we rebel against it. That's why there's so much depression, so much anxiety, so much fear, so much uncertainty, so much disconnection. It's all by design. None of this has just organically happened over a period of time, where that's how things have just evolved in this natural way. And absolute rubbish. None of what we're living in, none of what we're seeing and experiencing, none of how we view life itself is natural. I do not believe for a second that we were put here to struggle and strive and strain against everything, where, you know, that we're born into this place where you have to protect yourself from the very world that you're born into, to detoxify constantly from what you're bombarded with. It's not natural, it's not right, it's completely manufactured, fake, phony. And it's when you get back to nature, and I'm literally, you know, just in a little patch here, it's just a little village green that I come to quite often with Milu. You know, there's cars going by, it's not that quiet, but I can hear the birds, I can see the flowers that are starting to emerge. There are trees around, and even here, if I can just stop and ignore the noise and just connect to this, it just brings everything down. And that's what they do not want, is things being brought down. They want you in this constant heightened state of anxiety and existential crisis, and it's just not how things are supposed to be. And the tighter the constraints become, the more it actually wakes people up to how intolerable it is, because the levels of discomfort become so intense. It's not possible to just keep toddling along. The worse and worse things get. So it's all going in the right direction, as much as we need to be detoxifying and reminding ourselves that there is so much more to life than this struggle, just getting through the day. I'm up and not crying. There's so much more, but because we're so bogged down relentlessly, it can be very difficult to just tap into that. You have to go and look for it. You have to, you know, what are the seeds that you're watering? What are the things that you're focusing on? Because they're the things that are going to take prevalence and grow. And we're in a very, very heavy time. I mean, this has been going on for thousands of years. It's got more and more and more and more ramped up, more extreme. But there's been this manipulation, the lie, the huge deception over who we are, what we've come from, what we're designed to be, how life can be. And they ain't going to tell you. So it's down to us to get out there and find it, rediscover it, and keep that growing, put the focus and energy on that. And yeah, those have been my ruminations this morning. Yeah, sending lots of love as always, and catch up with you soon. Peace.